Dun dun dun. What's going on, everybody? We're doing another test with the 4570. This is a 460 grain cast performance hard cast bullet. It's got a very large flat nose on it, and if you remember in our last video we did a review on the cutting edge 450 grain solid, and that kind of set the stage for what kind of penetrating potential the 4570 cartridge has. And we're going to compare this bullet kind of to the GT, see how it penetrates compared to that. I anticipate, because it is still lead, that we will have some expansion, and so penetration is going to be somewhat limited. However, I do believe that this will still be an awesome bullet choice for dangerous game and very large game out of the 4570. So we're going to take it out. We'll do a speed test on the chronograph, and we've got some def jugs, and we're going to shoot them and see how this bullet performs. Okay, so we've got the chronograph set up. We're going to fire one of these 460 grain hard cast bullets, see just how fast they are. Just in case you guys are wondering, I'm using accurate 2200 powder. (1,808 feet per second). Now that's some serious power. Once again, it's windy here in Colorado. Hopefully the wind doesn't mess with the sound too much. I'm sitting back here about 30 yards. First up, I'm going to use my 9mm. It's a Springfield Hellcat with 124 grain Federal HSTs. I'm going to shoot the steel plate. And then we're going to move on to the 4570 with a 300 grain hard cast loaded at standard pressures. And then we'll go to the 460 grain hard cast, and hopefully visually we'll see the difference in power between these three different rounds. So that was the 9mm. Now we're going to do the 300 grain hard cast. Fairly impressive. We got a good swing on that. So that 300 grainer was decent, but now let's step it up to the 460 grain man loads. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so next up we're going to be doing the water jug penetration test. I've got 12 def jugs lined up. We're going to take one of these 460 grain hard cast and see how many jugs it goes through. Like I said earlier, the 450 grain cutting edge went through 9, almost into number 10. And so my guess is that this 460 grainer is going to go through, I'm going to say 6 jugs. I'm going to load one up and we're going to find out. Oh my goodness. So undoubtedly we blew up the first 2 jugs. Got going into number 3. Set this down here. Exited jug number 3 into jug 4. Exited out of the back of that one into jug 5. It looks like the bullet shot out of jug 5 and veered off, so it didn't get straight line penetration, but I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna take a look and see if we can find the bullet. And here we have it. This is what is left of our 460 grain cast performance. I actually did find it. I looked for a while and couldn't find it, and I did the other test on a 500 grain hard cast, and after I recovered that bullet, I realized that this bullet was laying within 3 feet of the 5th jug that this shot out the side of. We had very straight penetration with this bullet until it got to the 5th jug. And I believe what happened was it was slowing down, and because it slowed down, it lost stability and went out the side of the jug. But this bullet, I hope, demonstrated what kind of a hammer the 4570 is. Penetration was excellent on it. It did expand, and I honestly believe that this would be an excellent bullet for large game, elk size, all the way up to deer and even bison, or maybe the deer obviously smaller, but elk size all the way up to bison. I think this bullet would be awesome. Very impressed with this bullet. There was quite a bit of explosion out of the first couple jugs, and it continued penetrating deep. If you guys are looking for a bullet that will cause lots of damage and penetrate deep, check out the Cast Performance 460 grain flat nose.